Extremely thick soy sauce? Sure, why not, folks? Hey, I'm SimplyThickJohn. I love to show you how to thicken things to meet the standards of the International Dysphagia Diet Standardization Initiative, and I've always said if it's aqueous, I'll thicken it. And on occasion, I get asked about soy sauce, so today I thought I'd show you how to thicken soy sauce to extremely thick. Since I don't think people are going to be drinking it, I am not going to show you how to make it slightly thick, mildly thick, or moderately thick. We're just going to jump to extremely thick because I think that's where we'll have fun with the artistry of thickening. And so I have 4 ounces of soy sauce measured out, and I just add 1 dose per ounce from my pump, and now I'm just going to stir. And this should, I think with the high salt content, this is probably going to take just a little extra to thicken to that extremely thick, but I know it doesn't take very much, and it doesn't take very long. Typically, we are thickening things for people with dysphagia, swallowing problems, and this is where they cannot safely control their liquids, and so we're thickening it to slow it down, to give them more time to control it in the oral motor cavity, and so that they can process and hold that and safely swallow it. In the case of soy sauce here, I believe usually the use case for this within the dysphagia world is that we are going to have something, have that side dish, we can put it on top of the food and have it be safe for the person with the swallowing problem. Outside of that, I do think that there's probably some of you that watched and asked about this either for interest or because you thought you could do something cool with it. So this is mixing along, and I'm not quite sure if it's going to get quite thick enough at our normal dosage. We might have to add a little bit more, but we'll see what happens when I mix a little more vigorously. So let's see, in terms of that, it mounds up, it falls off the spoon nicely. I just don't know if it's going to bridge the tines of the fork. Let's see. That's pretty close. It's probably more like a moderately thick, so I think what I'm going to do to make it definitely extremely thick is I'm going to add 1, 2 extra doses, and we'll just mix that, and then it's definitely going to be something that will bridge the gaps to the fork. The high salt content is just slowing down the thickening process, but you can see it is thickening just fine. And people often ask, well, what happens if you add more doses from the pump? And the answer is it just gets thicker. It's not as dramatically thicker as when you go from like level 1 to level 2 and level 2 to 3. But once you get up to that level 4, you get something that is nice and thick. I should dump this so you can see it. And it is thickening very nicely. And now you can see it kind of mounds up there. You get a little bit of dripping through the tines. But that is, for all intents and purposes, an extremely thick liquid. I think if we let it sit here for a couple more minutes, it would thicken a little more. The salt, like I said, slows it down. So what do you do with an extremely thick soy sauce? Well, I'm going to put it into a piping bag. Just like that, pour it in. And then you just put that in here. And then you can tie it off. And now it is going to be ready for piping to put on top of food or to decorate a plate or something like that. And to do that, you just cut off a very small point at the tip. So you have a fine point that you can, we can put some stripes like that. If you're better than me, you can do some pretty swirls. And all this looks like chocolate, right? Different things you can do. And, if you were topping a dish or something like that, you can see this is just going to sit on there nicely. And it allows you to just do some interesting decorating with the soy sauce. And that's not going to run. You can see how it's holding its shape. And so you have some extremely thick soy sauce. No problem, quick and easy to do. Anyways, folks, if you enjoyed this, please like and follow. Share this with your friends, and we'll keep making content showing you how to make foods and drinks that comply with the standards of the International Dysphagia Diet Standardization Initiative. Thank you.